RW down here in the Mountain Storm Workshop. I'm working on Dig's Fossils and Knives project, and here's the practice piece of 1095 that I've been practice heating, and I'm trying to get my setup so that I can do something safely where I can point the giant jet from the blowtorch off into the wild blue yonder over there just by rotating this back and forth. So I worked that out. Got the tube sections I'm going to need to weld to his blade in place, just so you're not totally confused. He's making an antique Japanese style pole arm. This is 1095 spring steel. This is his profile. And he's got a little notch there, you see? The notch is to receive the tube. Hence the notch on the test piece. And all these tubes. So all these little pipe sections, mild steel. And so I've been doing a lot of dry runs and test runs and trying to figure out how I'm going to manipulate myself, which is why I got this little rolly stool and the blowtorch and all this stuff, so I can do this properly, so I can heat, bring the piece over, lay it in my fixture, which I've checked out with my digital calipers and my square to make sure it's all centered and lined up and everything. So I got this all right where I want. I don't have to move my fixture around. Got a pipe section there, put the blade right down on top of it. What this means is that I can get it both welds at both times, so before the material changes temperature much, I'm welding, and it keeps it around 600 just like that, maybe a little more. And then get the other side. I got to weld left-handed, so that's also part of the practicing and dry running, is to make sure that I'm going to be competent left-handed doing that, because I hadn't done much of that. Alright, so here, just let me establish the situation over here so you can see what I'm up to. So I got my machine probably somewhere around 130, 120 amps. I'm on the foot pedal, so I'm probably not using all of that. But I'm practicing, seeing what different effects I get depending on travel speed, heat, all that stuff. So I can sort of find what this material is liking, and then I'll know if I'm getting it right. And then I gotta put the 1095 on it. I gotta see how 1095 welds, because I haven't welded that yet. So I've got a couple of tiny little scraps I can test weld on. But then basically I've just got that nice piece up there that he wants to use again. So I don't want to use it up. Anyway, just regular old MIG wire here, ER70S2, whatever's. And now when I'm actually welding the blade, I'm going to be at a 45-degree angle. But just for practicing left-handed, I'm just traveling almost vertical. So here we go. A little puddle going, and see what happens next. I think I did everything right that time. I kept my rod in the gas, and I think I might have been doing better in the beginning, but I'll bring over the camera. You can have a look at it and critique my latest bead. But I'm going to put down about, as many beads as I can. Basically, going to cover that little pipe and beads left-handed, and see how that goes. See, like I said, I think it looks better where I began. I really needed to get all the way to the very end, but I don't want to nick the pipes. I'm trying to figure that out too. So many many beads on there already. Let's see what temperature this thing is. Not too bad. 400 something. So yeah, enough to take some skin off, but not enough to decapitate you. Alright then, more of this later, guys. I'm still learning, as you know. I'm just learning how to weld, and I really appreciate Dig's giving me this wonderful project here. I love it. I've already figured I can get this up to 600 no problem, and so I know I can do the first part of heating it, and I can bring it over here. I've got my fixture, so I know I'm good there. And now I'm just getting good with my left hand, trying to teach my right hand how to introduce filler rod. It's so much fun. Gotta do this stuff, man. You can't just weld right-handed all the time. It's not gonna happen. And of course, my trusty Everlast. It's cold down here, so welding is good. Alright guys, more of this later.